Good morning, everyone. We're Nicole and Mico. If you're new around here, we're a Canadian couple traveling full-time with a goal of making our audience more familiar with unique and beautiful destinations.
We have just arrived in Mongolia and we are so excited to share our first impressions of this country with you guys. So in today's video, we are going to be exploring the capital city, Ulaanbaatar, to get a feel for this new and exciting country.
Day one in Mongolia, we get kicked out by the military.
Feels very cool. Like there's definitely a cool energy to this place.
You know, I've never been inside an Amazon fulfillment center, but I kind of feel like it would look like this. I love it when a country has good street food. It's so good.
For all your bra buying needs, the back of that car.
I think that's a must visit if you come to Ulaanbaatar.
That was way better than I expected.
Alright everybody, we are starting our day off at Sukhbaatar Square here, pretty much in the center of the city.
Yeah.
It's a pretty wide and open area.
Yeah, it's really big. And there seems to be like lots of things going on. Like people are playing basketball, there's like green space and stuff. All around this giant monument, which is called, what's the name again?
This is, this statue in the middle is Sukhbaatar. He was like a famous revolutionary in Mongolia. I think one of his main accomplishments was freeing Mongolia from the Chinese and officially making it into an independent state.
Yeah, in the early 1900s.
In the early 1900s.
Yeah.
At the north side of the central square here, or Sukhbaatar Square, is the Parliament building with a giant Genghis Khan statue, which we have learned that's how you say the name.
Yes.
So I know we normally say Genghis Khan in the West,
in North America,
but it is pronounced Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan. And seriously, this guy's statue is giant.
Yeah.
So I don't know if today is a special day or something, but there are people everywhere dressed in what I'm assuming is, actually now that I get a closer look, just it looks like fancy clothes. I don't know if they're fancy traditional clothing or what. But they're very beautiful, and I don't know what everyone's here for, but there's quite a few different groups like taking photos, and they all look so gorgeous.
This square is probably where all like the major gatherings and protests or ceremonies or activities happen, because it's a huge square, and there's also even like little bits of seating around for people to enjoy the area. I think it's just cool being here and seeing the traditional Mongolian wear, because I have never seen that before.
Yeah. All right.
We made it in front of the Genghis Khan statue, and it's actually really tough to get an idea of the size of that statue.
And I wish I could be in front of it.
Yeah, we wish we can go up, but I'm pretty sure we need some sort of special like permission to get up right to the statue. But from here, you can see how massive it is.
Yeah.
But as we travel throughout Mongolia, a very prominent theme will be Genghis Khan. He is the national symbol of culture and identity in Mongolia, and I think rightfully so, because he owned the largest piece of contiguous empire in like all of human history. He was like, as I know him, he's like this conqueror in the 12th or 13th century, and I guess now that we visit it, we see like how much he's like loved here.
Yeah, he still definitely has like a presence here. He's remembered well. Oh wow! Don't way. Oh, right.
So I'm not sure what's happening, but all of a sudden, a bunch of military people started marching in front of us. We were taking photos, and now they're just standing in front of the statue. So I don't really know what's going on, but they look pretty cool. Yeah, just try to make them smile. No. Day one in Mongolia, we get kicked out by the military.
Wow. I feel like a celebration is in the air. Everyone seems so happy and jolly, dressed up. Hello. Hello. You think they'll notice if you just join them? I mean, so Mico kind of blends in here, you guys. We've been talking about it. I feel like you could get away in some ways with looking Mongolian.
Yeah, I always thought that I could blend in to most places in Southeast Asia, but there are a few places that I've discovered I could also blend into. For example, northern Nepal, or like the Himalayan Nepal.
Yeah.
Kind of blend in with like the Nepalese, Tibetan kind of area. I feel like I can kind of blend in a little bit with Mongolian people as well.
It's like a superpower.
Maybe from the untrained eye. If you're Mongolian, you probably look at me and be like, no, this guy definitely doesn't look Mongolian. But my test is that when I look around, I see like people and I'm like, oh, that could be my aunt or uncle. So I'm thinking that's my soft test to see if I can blend in.
You think I can blend in?
Nicole can't blend in here.
Come on.
Nicole and I are laughing because we want to get a little bit of street food before we go on to our next stop. But we found this place that sells very famous Mongolian food called Khuushuur. The interesting thing about Mongolian culture is that they have a Mongolian language, but the written word is in Cyrillic. And we found, I think, the name for the Khuushuur, and Nicole and I just can't pronounce it, so we just call it XYYWYYP.
That's the closest thing that it looks like to us. But the problem is, I'm not exactly gonna go up to the store owner and be like, can I get an XYYWYYP, please? This thing.
XYYWYYP.
Sorry guys, we're doing our best here. Yeah, this one? Okay, yeah. Yes. Do you want just one? Just share one? Yeah, one. Okay, so guys, there's a sign. XYYWYYP. I'm really cheating here. It's only 2,000, what it? Tugrik? Tugrik. Thank you. Also, I tried to look up how to say thank you in Mongolian. I literally can't figure it out. Can't figure out how to pronounce it. Google won't tell me. Thank you. And I can't even find it on YouTube. Like, it's not good. I really need to learn. Okay, so online describes Khuushuur as like a fried dumpling, and it's filled with meat, typically either beef or mutton. I also read sometimes camel.
Doesn't look like a dumpling.
It doesn't look like a dumpling. Oh my god. That's delicious. It tastes like a donut. With meat inside. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's good. It's like really fried, like so greasy. Really good?
I thought it was gonna be meatier on the inside, but it's actually not that meaty. And the flatbread is really good. Or the breading, whatever it is. I love it when a country has good street food. It's so good.
For all your bra buying needs, the back of that car. Of all things to be selling as well. It's kind of cool as you walk along the street. It's like the back of people's vehicles will just be open, and then they're just like selling a bunch of stuff out of the back of their car. Like these guys here are selling honey out of the back of their car. It's like a little mini pop-up shop. Or in this case, pop-up bookshop. Just like, this is like public seating, you know? But people just like bring all their stuff and sell a few things. So.
And I didn't know this before coming to Mongolia, but apparently Mongolia is one of the sunniest countries in the world. I think it's something like out of the 365 days of the year, you'll get like 260 days of like pure blue sky. They even have a name for Mongolia as like land of the eternal blue skies or something like that.
Cool.
So we are at our next stop of the day. This is the Gandantegchinlen Monastery. It is a very famous monastery in Mongolia, on all of Mongolia, especially in Ulaanbaatar. And I think it's one of the most visited Buddhist monasteries in the country.
So the reason this monastery is so important here in Mongolia is because when communism was ruling here, a lot of the Buddhist monasteries and temples were ruined, like most of them were. So there weren't a lot standing, but this one made it through all of those years and is now visited today. I guess there's still 150 monks who actually live on site here. It's one of the few places that remains from before communism existed here in Mongolia. There's a huge statue in here.
Okay, I don't know what I expected from here, but this was not that. The outside of the building is totally unassuming, and it doesn't look like much is gonna go on inside, but when you walk in, bam, in your face, this mega statue of a Buddha.
It's so beautiful, and like it smells so good in here, like incense, and everyone's walking around and just moving past, I don't know what these are called.
The prayer wheels.
The prayer wheels, yeah. And like rotating them.
So
it feels so peaceful here, but I think my favorite part is that it feels old. Like it feels like the colors are so beautiful, and like, but they're like dated. Like this place looks and feels like it's been here for a really long time.
These prayer wheels, they have writing on them, and that writing is usually the prayer. And when you turn the prayer wheels, I think it has to be like a clockwise direction from the top looking down. It's equivalent to making that prayer. It's so beautiful in here, and so so like historic feeling.
It feels very cool. Like there's definitely a cool energy to this place. Okay, you guys, we have been traveling full time for more than 2 years, right? That was, for me, the coolest Buddhist temple we have ever been in.
It was pretty cool.
That was very cool. There was just something so like authentic and just the, I don't know, the feel there was very, very cool.
I think that's a must visit if you come to Ulaanbaatar.
That was way better than I expected.
So for lunch, we found this place called Khan Booze. It was recommended to us. It's actually a chain restaurant here in Ulaanbaatar, and you can find it in a few different spots around the city. And what we really like about it is they have like a very bright, easy to read menu with photos, so it's easy for like a foreigner like us to find some new foods that we have never tried before. I'm really excited because I'm pretty hungry, and I think the lunch here is really, really good. That was fast.
Look how much food is on my plate.
You grabbed it.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so what we really like about this restaurant is that it serves only Mongolian food, which is really cool because so many of the restaurants outside are Korean food, and I want to try Mongolian food. This looks so much like kotu, which is like a dish you can get in Sri Lanka. I mean, I don't think it is, but I don't know what it is, so this is the problem. I actually can't read any of the signs. Google told me that this translates to koi van, which feels very wrong. I don't think that's correct. Oh my gosh. It's so interesting. It tastes kind of meaty, even though I haven't eaten any of the meat yet. But there's lots of good veggies in here. It's not like hugely flavorful. Oh my. A huge chunk of fat. I think it's beef that's in this dish. I'm pretty sure. There's like so much food on this plate. Like look at how much food this is.
It wasn't even that much.
No, it was $5. $5, I think. Oh my god.
I don't know if it's like a Mongolian thing, but I've seen a lot of pineapple, chicken, and rice around. So I love chicken and rice, and I for sure had to try this myself. Chicken, looks like it's lots of egg on it, a big chunk of pineapple, rice, and we got like a, what do you call that, like a, almost like a coleslaw or like a potato salad, and some green vegetables in there. So this is a great meal. It's got sides, it's got carbs, it's got chicken, and you know, pineapple for good measure. Wow, that's really good. Has an interesting taste of pineapple and potato salad in it. So I feel like these should be really separated from the rest of the meal. I think mine was only 14,000 Turkic, which is like $4 or $5, somewhere around there. So really good value for money.
Traffic here is bonkers. That definitely was like time for us to walk, and the bus was just like, no, I'm coming. You be careful.
So I'm not sure if we mentioned this earlier, but I don't think there's any Uber or like pickup services here in Ulaanbaatar, and we're trying to get a taxi. I did find an app called UB Cab, and I think we found somebody that could take us to our next destination. Okay, we are in the cab. I think I've successfully communicated that where we're going.
I don't think there's actually a seatbelt for you to plug into.
Oh, there's no seatbelt. Don't see any meter or anything like that, so hopefully.
It's on his phone.
Oh, I think. Oh, it's on the phone. That's pretty cool. All right. Hopefully the traffic's not too bad. Okay, thank you. Wow, that was actually really simple.
Okay.
The app like takes care of everything, like the meter, so.
It was so nice. Yeah, just
so
app
nice.
on his phone telling us how much it was going to charge us. We could keep track of it the whole way, and then
Yeah.
poof, we were here.
The only difference is that we had to tell him where we were going instead of like putting it in the app like you would in like Uber or something.
Yeah.
But it was actually really good. I think that ride was how long? Like 35
35 minutes.
35
traffic
minutes,
is terrible.
And And it was only
14,000
Turkic, which is
we'll put
how much?
The conversion on the screen.
$7? Or
No.
Not even
$5 US.
Not bad at all. I can't believe it, but it's already the last stop of the day. We are at Naran Tuul Market, or the Black Market here in Ulaanbaatar. Apparently it's one of the largest markets in all of Asia. How many hectares?
22 hectares.
22 hectares.
Yeah.
And they sell, as you might expect, pretty much anything.
We are gonna have to be pretty careful though, because it's very commonly known that there's a problem with pickpockets here.
Yeah.
So
if you guys are watching this video, that means our camera didn't get stolen.
Phew.
Alright, so this place can be a little bit overwhelming if you're not used to markets. There's an indoor part and an outdoor part. Indoor part's pretty sounds like pretty normal standard market stuff, but the outdoor part is where it's at. It's just like a maze of what is it, so many different stores, and they are selling pretty much anything.
We are also on a little bit of a mission. We actually need, I'm hoping to get like mitts and a toque today.
Yeah, we
do need to buy a few things.
We're actually looking for stuff.
Warm stuff.
You know, I've never been inside an Amazon fulfillment center, but I kind of feel like it would look like this, where they literally have everything.
Also though, I want to say this is way nicer and like more organized than I was expecting. And
That's
there's
true.
way more space. Like there's proper space to like walk between the store shops, and like I can really tell like what's one store and what's the next.
This is actually pretty chill.
Really nice.
Like if I had an ice cream right now, just walk around, perfect.
All right, so obviously some of the brands here are fake, not the real brands. This is a great example. The North face. Perfect.
Yeah, this looks pretty nice, doesn't it? What do you guys think? She's given 60,000. What do you think? I think ultimately, I don't know if I need it. I've got enough like kind of warm clothing already, and we bought a couple things at Uniqlo in Japan just before we got here, so I don't know if I need it, but it is really nice. So we might be unsuccessful in buying hats and toques or whatever, warm stuff, but we did get some candy, so.
I just picked up the most randomest thing. Look at this. This is like, I think it's like a white chocolate covered wafer. Ooh. I love like going to places and I have no idea what candy I'm buying and just buying a bunch and just trying it. Usually it's like half hit, half miss, which is perfect.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah. What about these ones? These are thinner. Thank you. All right, we are one pair of mitts richer. We've got really a fun adventure coming up, but I think it's gonna be cold. Also, I keep bowing to everybody. We were just in Japan, I keep like bowing to everyone.
So our first impressions of Mongolia so far is that it's unlike anywhere we've ever visited. The culture is so unique, the people are so unique, and the food is so different as well, but all in a good way, and I'm really excited to see what the rest of Mongolia has to offer.
Yeah, if you guys haven't already subscribed, make sure you do that because we've got some incredible adventures coming up. In the next video, we're going to be getting out of the city and heading into the beautiful countryside that we have heard so much about here.
Thanks for watching. Look at that, guys. In case you stumble onto one of the sunniest countries in the world, you didn't bring your sunglasses, don't you even worry about it because it's all available here. How should we describe it, Hadi? Like the kind of drivers they are.
Oh, the kind of drivers? Oh, it's like a do what you want, independent style driving method here.
Yeah, yeah.
There are like lanes and there are lights, but still people just do what they want.
The problem is, I don't exactly know how to pronounce their name to double check that they're our driver. How would you say that name? I think maybe Max?
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 Max?